welcome back to Internalized, the 680 The Fan and the Fangirl Intern podcast. I'm your host, Chloe Carr, and Caroline Baza is joining us again today. And then we have a new face. Sean Kennedy is in the building.
What's up?
So this is our second to last episode of the summer, which is so very sad. But Sean has been in the programming side of things, and we just wanted to bring him on because he's a loyal listener.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to the podcast the past few episodes. I had always kind of wanted to join, so luckily I got in right before it's almost. I can't believe it's almost about to end. I can't believe this summer is almost about to end.
I know.
True.
But
crazy.
Yeah, so I've been a listener. I've listened to a few episodes. I kind of just like to check in once in a while, just like if I'm in the car, because I have to commute from Georgia Tech every day, so I just put it in, and I'm just like, okay, well, let me listen. So, yeah, I kind of like it. I
kind of like it.
Well, obviously, I love it. But yeah, so I'm excited to be on and excited to talk about everything.
Everything, yeah. I'm excited that we got you on. I had no idea that he even listened to the podcast, and still until July 4th, I guess we had talked about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. It's just sometimes it's hard because the digital doesn't interact with programming as much, and I mean we have 4 shows that go on 680 The Fan throughout the day, so the programming interns are just kind of spread out. I mean, we have are you working the 6 to 10 right now?
Yeah, so right now it's a weird schedule to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, so I've been working at 4 a.m. or usually try and commute for the 6 to 10, which is the locker room with Brian Finneran and Joe Hamilton and John Michaels and Brendan Leak. So it's always been a great show. I've been on it for the past few weeks, and I've loved the group, and I really like it. But
have you worked every show?
No, I haven't worked the midday shift. I haven't worked Buck Ballou, and I haven't worked Jelini and Domino. But I did work Chuck and Chernoff at the beginning of the summer.
They're funny.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, they are. They're a
hoot.
They are.
Yeah.
They're a funny group.
But, I've really loved it so far, and I've found the programming side to be great, but I also like working events like the Peachtree. That we
Yeah. The good thing about the 680 internship is that while you are in your specific departments, we all kind of work events.
Yeah.
It's not just a radio station here, which I think is awesome. We've each gone to separate things and done a few different things, so it's just a well-rounded experience.
Yeah, I loved getting to see the sales side and stuff, because I'm a communications major, so I never have seen the business side of things, and that was really cool, being in on meetings and them asking you to brainstorm ideas. It just works your brain differently than the digital side or programming.
No, exactly. I have the same thing with me being a communications major. We have some marketing stuff, but we never have the actual sales side.
Yeah.
So being able to get the real life experience of being able to see all these things, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah. And Sean was telling me, so you are commuting from Georgia Tech, but you're really from New York.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Why didn't I know that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
he just threw that in there one day, and I was like,
that
hold
from
on.
the first day. Did you say that you were from Tech?
No, so I go to school in North Carolina.
You go to Wake.
Wake Forest, yeah.
And
he's about to be
originally
with both
from New York.
Dickies.
So,
yeah.
what do you say?
I said you're about to be with both Dickies.
David Dickey.
Caroline Dickey
You're
and
going to love David Dickey.
Yeah.
And Caroline Dickey's so sweet.
So, so I have no family down here. I just am living by myself at Georgia Tech.
So how is that?
It's been fine.
Are there a lot of people on campus, or is it?
I mean, there's a lot of so where I live is specified intern housing for other people. So there's
That's
one
incredible,
person
honestly.
for the governor's office. There's some people
cool.
working for Chick-fil-A. There's a bunch of different things. So, I live in the suite. I'm in a single bedroom, but 4 bedrooms to a suite, and the guys have gotten along pretty well. But yeah, it's kind of unique being able to explore Atlanta.
So do you have a car here?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's the good thing. If I didn't have a car,
You'd be screwed, honestly.
Say,
Uber would be so
if you
expensive.
get off at 10 a.m., what do you do the rest of your day?
I know. So actually, my number one thing that I've learned is there is a movie theater near my dorm, and it's like a Regal, right? Like
Yeah.
They have this unlimited movie program where you pay $22 a month and you get to go to unlimited movies.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Wait, that's an awesome deal.
Yeah.
So many. I haven't seen any of the ones in the theater now, but I've seen a ton in the past. So,
So what has been your favorite movie that you've seen so far?
I like Kinds of Kindness. It's a movie that's totally
Yeah, I haven't heard about that one.
It's with Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons.
Oh.
Wait. Is that when she's like a toddler brain? It's Emma Stone. She like won an award for it.
Oh, that's Poor Things. Yeah, so it's the same director.
Okay.
But Poor Things, I haven't
Close
seen
enough,
Poor
Caroline.
Things yet.
I've been wanting to see that.
No, Poor Things, I guess, is pretty good. I haven't seen her in that yet, but Kinds of Kindness, it's a totally wild movie. I would recommend it if you're into like existential or like black comedy and stuff. It's a weird genre. It's
interesting.
Wild.
I like a funky movie.
It's weird, but so that's been working out great. I've been able to spend time there, and so that's been pretty cool.
Well, awesome. Well, we're excited to have you on the pod.
Yeah.
Glad we're finally getting to do it. So let's get into some of our topics today.
Shaq.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I know. Shaq came out and said that he picks Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year. I wanted y'all's thoughts on this.
Sean had some really he has thought this through. I didn't know this until I saw it on here, and I'm not the biggest Angel Reese fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy
we knew
for
that
you.
from episode 1.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Angel Reese. I know you're probably not listening, but I'm so sorry. I think
like you could be, maybe.
You could be. You never know. You're super happy for you and everything that you've accomplished. But if you don't treat people with kindness and respect on the court, and then you all of a sudden do, you got to start from the beginning. Happy that you've grown, but it was always a big thing for me growing up. You have sportsmanship no matter how old you are, where you are, who you're with. So that has rubbed me the wrong way, and I just don't totally respect you being rude and mean to people, no matter how competitive you get.
Yeah, for sure.
I've played competitive sports all my life. Never once have I just lashed out for no reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Off our soapbox.
If we're talking about what Shaq was talking about in terms of...
Yes, missed that part. Sorry.
In terms of the Angel Reese, it's pretty wild to see them both breaking records. Angel Reese obviously had the record where...
the 13 consecutive double-doubles.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so with that being the case, I remember seeing the video of, I think it's the Liberty, that triple team her or quadruple team her near the end so that she can't get the points for the double-double or the double-double to end her streak. But so she was doing very well, but then last night, Caitlin Clark just sets a WNBA record.
Yeah.
Not even a rookie record, just a straight-out WNBA record for most assists in the game, which for a rookie is pretty insane. Mm-hmm. Now, does she need a lot of help on the side? 1,000%, sure. Because she just lost last night, even though she had the assist record. So, I think that the LSU connection with Shaq and Angel Reese, he has to show kind of favoritism. In that.
For sure. They've had a long relationship, I feel like.
I always forget about that.
So I mean, he has that opinion. I mean, is it a little bit brash? Sure, but I mean, if you're gonna bleed purple and gold, you might as well do it for everybody. So
yeah,
that is true.
I will say that last week, I don't remember who I was talking to, but I literally said, I think Angel Reese will get Rookie of the Year over Caitlin Clark. And I think it's literally just because she has been more consistent, I'll say, than Caitlin Clark throughout the season. But also with that, a lot of her rebounds and then points have come from her missed layups.
Yes.
So she's a smart enough player to the point where she could go down, almost miss a layup, on purpose so that she can rebound it, because she has the height to rebound it and then make it in the basket after that. Yep. So she's almost like using that to continue that streak of the double-double. So it's smart on every other team's part to completely like shut her down, because I mean, she's a smart enough player to do that. You're in the media, you're getting recognition, and for the first time, like, she's not getting negative publicity per se. But I'll even say that Caitlin Clark, I feel like, has grown so much, because to see that she is leading in assists, and we've only really known her for her 3-pointers and like her incredible shots. I mean, she's learning to play the game with a team, and not to say that she's been a selfish player, but like, she has been able to step into that space and be that player. Yeah. And now she's kind of leaning on her teammates a little bit and being more of a leader by example, I would say.
Agreed. 100%.
Yep, yeah. I also agree.
Awesome. Great. I'm glad we all agreed on that and came to that conclusion.
I think it also just shows how good of a player she is with not like a super great team, like compared to like the top ranked ones, that she's able to even get assists. Like, that just shows like her strength against adversity, honestly, and pushing past like some disconnects. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I completely agree. Another thing that has been crazy in the news lately has been the whole Copa America final.
That's crazy.
I loved it. So this is such a brash take, but so obviously you guys have seen the video. I don't know if you've seen
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit violent, obviously.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Obviously, like, you shouldn't be climbing through ducts, like air ducts and stuff like that. But I actually love the fact that it's sort of, as a team, it unites people. Now, obviously, you know, there have been clashes and stuff. But I like to see people passionate about their sport. Now, do they get over passionate? Maybe. But yeah, so.
Well, this was the first time that a Copa America game was held in the United States, or like held in anywhere outside of South America. And I didn't realize that until I was kind of like looking more into it. And I'm pretty sure that Ecuador was like given the chance to host, and they like denied it. And so then it came out that in January of 2023 that the U.S. was announced as the host.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, you know, in terms of hosting the 2026 World Cup, in terms of hosting the 2028 Olympics, you know, to see a security failure like that there is a little bit not great. I mean, the security was organized by the South American Federation, CONMEBOL. So it was
there's a lot of like blame game going on right now.
Everybody's pointing fingers because don't want to be the person, but somebody has to own up to it.
Yeah.
I think the U.S. realizes that when it's not in their own control, things are going to go wrong. So, you know, I'm excited to see how it ends up with in 2026 and 2020
for the World Cup for sure.
And it'll be exciting to see all these different stadiums and all these different venues hosting everything. But we also have to make sure that security is airtight. And,
I mean, yeah. I mean, and the weather played into it too. I mean, people were literally like collapsing from heat exhaustion.
So hot, I can imagine.
And there were medical tents, but they only had so many resources that it was like you had to look like you really, really needed it.
Like you were dying.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like almost heartbreaking, just some of the stories.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, the passion is a huge thing. And like, it's great publicity for the United States, and soccer's not as big of a thing here, obviously, as it is overseas. I mean, the women's national team is a huge deal, but like that's
it's nothing compared to like Europe or South America or wherever. Like, it is a whole different level of like, they like would die for their team. Like that is their everything. And it's like generational. And it was really cool to see that come into America. Like that kind of passion is just because it's so big everywhere else. And here it's just like not.
Yeah.
Or it's like kind of football, but even still like.
Well, I saw that resale tickets were like $2,000 for this game.
That's nuts.
And I think the reason why to me it's like so heartbreaking is that like people traveled, they bought tickets for this, and then people who bought tickets for the game didn't even get in.
That's horrible.
Because of the amount of people that were getting in.
Yeah,
that was something that I think has been kind of the ticket sale specifically has been kind of underwhelming at the other games. I mean, if you looked at, I remember there was a game in Kansas City between two lower level teams, and I think they filled up maybe 70% of the stadium. But then you have a final, and it's at capacity. I think it was over 7,000 people without a ticket got into the stadium.
Which is insane.
That's not okay.
For a stadium that's supposed to hold, I don't know, 60,000 people. So
yeah,
it's difficult to see, but I know that the U.S. will be better because of it, and I'm excited to see what ends up happening.
Yeah, they got 2 years to plan for this.
Yeah,
and yeah,
I'm really surprised. Like other countries that have held it haven't like warned, or like have like a thing that says you're like warning America that the fans are nuts. Even though we should already know, but like it should be a thing. Like you should be doubling security. They're like they should tell their past experiences. Like why didn't we learn from other countries going through kind of maybe similar things? I don't really know. I've never really watched the Copa Cup before, but
it's interesting because the stadiums down in South America are very differently run and organized. Really? I mean, there's South American teams like River and Boca Juniors that like whenever they clash, it's going to be one of those things where it's just. You know, some of the stadiums, there are videos where the foundation is jumping up and forth.
Oh, wow.
Because everybody's going crazy.
Wow.
For some, there have been stories where, like, there are games where they can't bring women and children because of how
that's nuts.
Intense it gets. It's distressing.
I didn't know that.
That's really scary.
Where the opposing team's buses, they won't allow fans to leave the stadium until the opposing team's buses are outside of the city.
That's smart, so no one will hurt them.
For the club side, maybe not for the country side, but
to keep the players safe.
Yeah.
Well, on top of the fact that, I mean, Colombian fans are diehard and they hadn't been in a final like this in a very long time. So, I mean, obviously it's a huge deal, and I mean, I can't say that I would do the same by any means, but like, I love my teams too.
Yeah. I don't know if I would do all that for them, though.
I would never know.
Have some perspective.
But, I mean, the thing is that they are a lot about experience. And I think, especially in the United States, we can get the experience sitting on our couch and getting some Wingstop and like having a drink in hand and like having a few friends over. Like that's our experience. But in other countries, they want to be there. It's so
it's culturally different. It's very cool.
It is. Well,
and then Messi also getting hurt. His ankle size
his
of a baseball
ankle was literally humongous.
I feel so awful for him. Ankle injuries are just not fun.
And I saw the video of him sitting on the sidelines and just crying. He was like just trying to take it all in. But it's a huge deal for him just being at the age that he is and still playing. This
might have been his last one.
Literally incredible. So
who knows? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because both Messi and Ronaldo are kind of on their last legs, and Messi is finally winning international stuff, which had kind of evaded him for a long while during his career, and who knows? It'll be interesting to see who ends up retiring first, or maybe they retire at the same time.
They're like, hey, let's do this together. That's going to be a big deal. Like, I've even seen, like, relating all of this to men's basketball. I saw a graphic that was posted where it was like LeBron, Steph Curry, and it was like we're passing it to the next generation of like Luka and is it Jason Tatum? Like those type of players. So it's just the world of sports is
It's shifting.
So different. Yeah, we're entering a new era.
It'll be.
All right, moving into some more pop culture topics. The talk of the town has been our sweet little angel voice, Ingrid Andress.
What a singer, to say the least. National anthem. Hello.
Yeah. It's like really sad to say that she has like 4 Grammy nominees or something like that.
The song,
Like,
she has a song on TikTok that's like,
she has a lot of
songs.
great songs.
I didn't know who she was. The name didn't ring a bell. My friend's like, oh, she sings this song.
More
I played it. I
hearts
was like,
than mine.
yeah. I was like, no idea. Couldn't even pick that from her voice that she sang the national anthem in.
No.
Crazy.
No. Yeah.
Very funny.
That was,
No offense.
That was an interesting rendition. Now, who knows?
That's an interesting rendition.
You know,
That's the quote of the podcast.
There is no way to really like describe it. Now, the thing is that'll be interesting to see is on the MLB side, who vetted her, because you have to have
True.
You have to have the rehearsals. You have to have like there are people that submit to join the thing. To join
Interesting.
The, thing. So if she was drunk, which I'm going to take it out of her word that she was inebriated.
And
It
is
sounded like
turning
it.
herself into a rehab facility.
Yeah,
So
it's
funny.
the sort of thing
Good for her.
where
Take your business.
it'll be interesting to see who allowed that to happen and who didn't. Either somebody didn't realize that she was drunk, or somebody realized that she was drunk and tried to hide it.
Or they just didn't care and they threw her up there.
So it's like, so
They're
is
like,
is it a
go.
process before? Obviously, you have to like be chosen, but is it like almost an interview process and kind of like auditions?
Yeah, so
I don't
was
really
listening
know
to
that
a podcast
process.
The other day, it's called Nothing Personal with David Sampson, which I love on Spotify, and you know,
Shameless
it's a
plug.
former MLB executive.
Shameless plug.
The shameless plug, yeah. And he is a former MLB executive of the Marlins, and he was speaking a little bit about how with the MLB you vet these people, and you have audition tapes that people go through, and you have rehearsals that go on. So she probably rehearsed the day before the day of, in terms of rehearsals, but for her to be chosen, Major League Baseball had to have an idea of who she was.
Yeah.
And so would, you know, the people organizing the event and so on. So it'll be interesting to see somebody, he said something about, you know, people getting their resumes ready because they chose the wrong person. But
Well, I mean, it's crazy to think that out of all people, she was the one that they chose.
She sounds beautiful normally. I just don't
But
know
at the
what
same time,
happened
she's
there.
not like that big of a name, in my opinion.
Maybe they were trying to like make her more known because they're like, oh, we found this really underground girl. She's kind of famous.
And highway find.
Exactly.
maybe. I don't know. Well, you
And they're
also
like,
have to
let's
think about
make this
it's the
her
home run
debut.
derby, right? So
Yeah.
like, I think a lot of people would probably apply for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
True. Maybe that was
Maybe
like
if they
second.
say- yeah, it would be like if you were at the NBA All-Star game, like Fergie was. I remember that.
That was the most.
I mean,
Best
I don't
thing
know
I've
if
ever
y'all
seen in my
saw,
life.
but the video on Fangirl,
That was awesome.
the
whoever made
mashup
that.
between Fergie, I made it.
Oh, that was
Fergie
perfect.
and
I was dying
Ingrid
laughing.
together.
I was
I mean,
was
I
watching
Listen
it.
to that. No,
I was
did-
cackling
so
when I was
good.
making it.
Oh,
I,
Fergie's rendition.
No, but
Perfect.
that was interesting. But for like that's for the NBA All-Star game, so it's like having it for the skills competition. Having
Yeah.
somebody like that. So, you know, I'm glad that she's getting the help that she needs. I guess if she's
Yeah.
needing to go to a facility and stuff. So
But the way she announced it was a little weird.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom and
Heard it's a fun place.
yeah, we
2:30
were
in the
like,
afternoon.
this is interesting that her like publicist or whoever it be said, yeah,
Put that out there.
make sure that make sure people know. Like
And
this is a really good
Advertise
way to do
it in a way. Heard it sounds fun. Be sarcastic about it.
Yeah,
What?
just kind of strange, but I mean,
so weird. Like so weird.
Ingrid, I'll stand by your former songs. And I hope that you can make the comeback.
maybe she comes back and like in a few years.
it out
Knocks
of
the
the
house down.
Although I don't know who would take another chance on her, but
No, but
Not after that.
No.
That was a horrible fail.
Well, it also makes you think about like if your like album or songs, how auto-tuned they are. That's what I started thinking about because this was live. So are all of her songs really her singing, or is there a little too much auto-tune there?
She's
I don't know.
done all of her things to make her sound beautiful.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But
It is.
Very silly.
Well, did y'all see that Dave Portnoy went on stage with Zach Bryan last night?
I didn't. Actually, I did. That was last night?
I'm pretty sure it was last night. I was scrolling this morning and saw Brianna's TikToks, and she was kind of hyping Dave up before and was like, all right, you know what to do? Like,
You know the song?
Yeah, you know the lyrics. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to like dance, or are you just going to sing? And, you know, he's kind of funny. Like,
He's a quirky person.
he
for sure.
is. He was like, no, I'm just going to
character.
stick my hands in my pockets and like, this is a concert. You sing, you don't dance. And then he went up there and was like full into it, took his like cowboy hat off and was like
good.
swinging it around.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought it was incredible.
Awesome. Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I am much more of a Barstool Chicago than Barstool New York guy.
Okay.
I like Pardon My Take and those guys. So
I love Part of My Take.
listen to them all the time.
They're funny.
PFT, actually with the new college football video game, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's playing it.
Yes.
PFT playing as James Madison and Big Cat as Wisconsin. So,
That's incredible.
no, I mean, I'm iffy on Portnoy. I mean, he's the boss though. He got a
He do be the boss.
he
He's the head
got
of
a
it.
big business deal, and for him to be able to reclaim Barstool back was huge.
I
for
forgot
him,
about that.
which is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
'Cause I remember when he sold it, and then he got it back for like reportedly like $1.
Yeah.
A multi-million-dollar business for $1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I honestly don't know a ton. I don't know. I didn't see the video of.
It's incredible. Go watch it.
I have to.
Well, speaking of podcasts, I know I talked a lot about this like a few weeks ago because it was just living rent-free in my head, but Tiana has spoken. The woman of the hour has spoken. And she went on Hot Mess with Alex Earl. Do you know who this is? Okay, we're going to do a little like school lesson real quick. Alex Earl dating Braxton Berrios, who's number 0 on the Miami Dolphins.
Braxton Berrios. He's
Awesome.
a former Miami Hurricane.
Yes.
I don't know who Braxton Berrios is.
So he
Former New York
is
Giant.
dating Alex Earl, who is this mega influencer right now. She kind of
Beautiful,
blew
like-
up in 2020.
Went to Miami.
Yes.
Okay,
Did like
that
get
makes
ready
sense.
with me videos, and now social media is life. She was the cover of like Sports Illustrated Swim Week this year. Just like mega influencer.
Went to the white party, if you know what that
Okay, I
is.
know, with Michael
Okay.
Rubin.
Yeah, she went last
amazing.
year.
This is good. This is good.
Like,
So then
blown up.
Tiana Rolibard, this is so embarrassing, but
Robillard.
something like that.
Robillard.
Tiana Robillard. She was dating Cody Ford, who was on
Okay,
the Cincinnati
I know the name.
Bengals.
It's like a
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Sorry, I just connected the names. Sorry. Sorry.
So she was dating him. They got engaged in April, and then rumors started surfacing. She was posting some TikToks without the ring on the finger. Please, please, please by Sabrina Carpenter
Almost
came
every
out.
post.
Like, don't embarrass me. She was posting with it. So
Seeming like she
then she
meant every
finally
word.
posted.
little hints.
Yes, she finally posted a video in her car with her sobbing with all of her stuff moved out, like in the back of her car. And it was heartbreaking. I have just been like following them on social media. And so I was like super invested in this, but nobody was giving us the answers. There were rumors circling about her. Well, she was away in Paris on a girls' trip, and he was like caught cheating at a UFC fight with this girl named Olivia. But like nobody ever knew who like Olivia was. And there
Looks
was
like
no-
this Olivia girl, but it wasn't Olivia.
Yeah, like there was a Julia in the mix. There was just a lot of rumors.
And a lot of people were getting accused who looked the same as her on TikTok. They're like, I was literally in Michigan. Like there's a girl
Yeah.
who pops on my For You page who looks exactly like they're like similar.
So Tiana has finally spoken.
Okay.
So I obviously, at midnight last night, Hot Mess came out. No, I did not stay up till midnight. I didn't. But on my way to work this morning, I did listen to the pod. And she didn't give as much information as I necessarily wanted her to give. She didn't give super specifics. Yeah. But it is because she still loves Cody. Yeah. And I mean, it's heartbreaking. She pretty much was saying that.
Have they been together?
They were together for 2 years. And she built her TikTok platform
around the relationship
herself, but mostly in the relationship. She would do a lot of stuff with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Like surprise him for his birthday, like dress up as the mascot in the stadium, surprised him.
Yes, just like very much. But she built her following, like her following was for her. Okay. Like she's a personality.
Everyone loves her. And Cody was like a good accessory to it. Like helped her bring in more followers that follow football.
Okay, is it like the WAG situation?
Yes. So WAG. Yes. So also this was the WAG, wives and girlfriends of professional athletes.
I had no idea what that
WAG life.
Someone had asked what that meant.
Oh my god.
And I was like, no clue.
Yeah. That's like an F1 term because I'm like super into racing and they always have.
Me too.
Really?
Yes.
Wives and girlfriends.
Yeah, wives and girlfriends. So.
I love McLaren.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I am a huge Lando fan. I have so much Lando stuff.
I love Lando. Oh my gosh. Lando Norris, I love you.
We have to talk about this.
Yeah.
Later.
Yes, we will. We'll diverge.
I am huge.
Okay. So she pretty much just said that when she was in Paris, she got a text from like her agent in a group message with Cody, and it was for this like huge opportunity, but Cody couldn't go because training camp is coming up. Mm-hmm. And Tiana was like, oh my gosh, I can so be there. I mean, obviously, like Cody's about to be in training camp. What is she gonna do? Just sit around? And hello, Annabelle.
Annabelle just stretched her feet out and put a blanket on.
And anyways, so then Cody like texted her and was pretty much like, this isn't gonna work for me. Like this is like you kind of need to be at home with the dogs, whatever. So she started getting just weird feeling like her success wasn't celebrated as it should be. Mm-hmm. And she said that she already had this gut feeling like communication was weird between them. Well, then she was on live and she got like a message from this girl and was like, someone's like trying to reach you, like you need to look through your messages. And it was like a spam account, but the credibility was that she had the Cincinnati address. So they live in Cincinnati obviously during the season, but then they live in Texas when it's off season.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the Cincinnati home address was being like sent out.
Oh, that's
because
really
Cody was giving it to
girls
to come hang.
Oh my word. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm. So then she got sent screenshots and she got sent screenshots and she just kind of was like, you know what, like I'm done. This isn't okay.
It's not safe.
No.
You don't know who these wackos are.
No, once you get doxxed on. So wait,
doxxed.
Hold on. So as I understand it, Cody Ford is cheating
on Tiana.
Tiana, and he sent out home addresses for when she is away.
Yeah, so he was at like this pre-training camp thing.
So like
in Cincinnati. Yes, that's what it's called. Yeah. And she was like at home in Texas with the dogs. And so they were kind of doing long distance for a little bit. She went to Paris and then she found out that he was having some fun of his own at their other house.
And then so this podcast that just came out, she was explaining.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And this is the first time that she has spoken up. Yeah. Hasn't said anything.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
so when she found out, she packed up her car and she left. Okay. But there hasn't really been much that has come out since then.
It's been very under wraps, which I think is probably good for Tiana just to like heal and stuff over this whole thing that's been so horrible. But we're all so curious. Like, I'm happy that she shared what she did.
I love how dramatic this is, and I love how I had no idea about anything.
It's in the world of just TikTok, and girls loving wag behavior.
Yeah.
Like that is
love
the
Tiana.
thing now.
Like she was my family's from Ohio, so like Bengals, Browns, whatever. So like,
That makes sense.
yeah. So I was like, I kind of knew who that was, and so when I found her TikTok kind of popped up, I was like, awesome. Like, I love the Bengals and I love her.
Well, and and
Perfect.
she just had like such a different personality than the normal.
Yeah, like she was funny, like seemed genuine and normal, not like, ew.
And then like once like that breakup happened, it was kind of like a snowball going down.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. I guess I learned recently that Twitch is like a video game thing.
No, so Twitch is a video game platform.
Okay, so so I didn't realize that he was watching the podcast while he was on Twitch.
Okay.
That's what
that makes sense that he would do that.
So he could film his reaction to the podcast? Is that
but
what
like he doesn't ever really have any reactions. Like I don't think he's ever really going to come out and speak. I did see that he was like, I mean, like there was no baby, there was no like pregnancy, so like kind of what are you going to do about it?
That is not even
Yeah.
just a ring, like being engaged, that huge promise, and also being together. Does that mean nothing?
I don't know. I mean, I think that he has to compartmentalize just being such a high profile NFL player. And I mean, training camp is coming up. So
I think he has to focus on the season, but the fact that he was doing all this in the off season, it's like, it's so tough to see when that happens, when, especially an athlete like that, like you can do anything in the world and you can do that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's,
He chose to do that.
Disappointing to hear.
It just shows true character.
Yeah.
It's really sad and gross and so sad. I feel so bad for her because she's so awesome. She's so funny, genuine.
Yeah, she finally talked about kind of the mental turmoil that all of this took on her, not just the emotional of being heartbroken, thinking you're going to get married and your whole life is ahead of you and then being flipped upside down, but she was saying that all the guys were kind of like, well, he never liked you in the first place, like all this stuff, like you're annoying and
bro culture.
Yeah, but it was nice to hear.
Yeah, bro culture.
It was nice to hear like an influencer actually talk about the reality of comments and
right, not just what's on the screen.
Yes.
Going on.
And that was good. She talked to Alex Earl about that too, who's gone through stuff like people bashing her in the comments. She could probably like help her through it a little bit. They could relate to each other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they kind of live similar lifestyles. So, this is a new friendship that I'm really excited to see blossom. Honestly.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. It's interesting to hear.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't that a great like learning school lesson?
It's a great like.
All right, moving on to what's trending. I don't know if y'all watch this. Do you?
100%.
Oh my gosh, do you watch Big Brother?
Goodness.
No.
Oh my gosh, okay. Big Brother.
I watch it all the time.
I'm not a huge
reality
reality
TV
It was last night.
Yes.
I have a draft that I do with my family. Like I literally, there's fantasy Big Brother now. So basically,
Shut up.
This is perfect.
So into this, when you said that, I was like,
Sean's gonna be on Big
excited.
Brother one day. I'm calling you right now.
That's my dream, but the producers, Grodner, I'm not a big fan of her.
I love that you know all of this.
Yeah, literally.
I'm so into Big Brother, but I didn't see the premiere last night. I heard about it.
Okay,
But,
you didn't miss much.
I like certain people in the cast.
Okay.
Gosh, let me pull up my draft.
Is Big Brother like reality TV?
Yeah. Okay. So it's like
I just have
it's like a
no
game
idea.
show, like a reality game show. So there's 16 contestants and they get put into this massive house.
Okay.
And you have an HOH every week, so that's a head of household.
Head of household.
And you win the head of household by doing a competition. So it could
Is it
either
like
be
Survivor?
It's kind of.
It has elements of it, like the challenge aspect.
Like that. That's what I'd like.
Yes, and like the voting out aspect.
yeah.
So the head of household, it could be a mental challenge, it could be a physical challenge, like any type of challenge. The head of household chooses 2 nominees for eviction. So it can, and like you form alliances and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of Survivor too. But the 2 nominees are like on the chopping block throughout the week. There's a power of veto, which only like 6 players play in that, and it's the head of household, the 2 nominees, and then 3 randoms that kind of get chosen. And the power of veto can take somebody off the block. So like people will be super strategic in how they like select if they want to select someone that's maybe not going to win, but they're in an ally with, like, and they win the power veto, they'll take that person to put up a threat on the block, because then they can't do, like, after the power veto, you're locked in, you can't do anything about it. And then the whole household evicts, or like votes to evict whatever person, and then whoever has majority.
It all goes throughout.
This is, I want to know how people worked this out in their brain.
Yeah,
to like
it's
make
crazy.
a show.
It's a wild show. I think it's like 25 years that it's been on, so it's pretty insane. But this is the group that I drafted.
Okay, I'm ready.
Thank you for explaining
Leia.
that to me.
Okay.
There's 2 premieres, right? So
yeah, there's only been 8 that has come in last night. Yeah.
Okay, so Leia, Rubina, Lisa, Matt, and Angela.
Okay.
Great names.
My brother was the first pick, and he picked Tucker, who I think was
he's
the
like
first one that went.
Yeah, he's like the cutie little guy. I think you would like it. I think you should watch it.
My mom.
I'll give it a try.
It's on CBS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I am so into Big Brother. The only problem with Big Brother is that it goes on too long, in my opinion, because by the time it comes to finale night, like we started in mid-July, it's 100 days. Ooh. So now you're getting into like October.
Yeah.
It's finishing up. So
that's a long time
sports
to be away.
are starting to come back on.
That's a fun time of year too.
Yeah, but it comes on Wednesday, Thursday, and Sundays. So like
those are really
it's kind of weird days.
We used to get the live feeds. Like we used to.
Oh my gosh.
The live feeds and everything. Now they don't have rewinds, which everybody is complaining about.
Yeah.
You can't look back and see what people said, but I used to subscribe to the live feeds and everything. I was so obsessed with Big Brother.
So like a live feed is like 24-hour like surveillance on them?
Pretty much.
Awesome.
There have been people like that have done stuff in past seasons with...
Am I catching your drift on that?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, there's like, it is a sense of reality where there's romances.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's interesting just because of the amount of drama.
Yeah.
Somebody got pregnant on the show.
Oh,
it was before,
hello.
It was before the feeds went on, though. Okay. But it was...
That could be
crazy.
A lot of legal problems right there.
I think. Or maybe it was like right after the show. Shout out Swaggy P. Have you? Do you? Back then? Bailey and Swaggy P?
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah.
It's been like a show that we watch at the beach every year with my family.
It's so wild. It's such a wild show.
I've heard of it. I just never knew anything about it.
I feel like you either know about it or you don't, but people who know about it really love it.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe tap into it. Love Island's ending on Sunday, so this will give you something new to watch. Anyways, Megan Maroney came out with her new album last week, Am I Okay? I love it.
I loved the response to, was it Tennessee Orange or whatever? Mm-hmm. I loved the other song, like the sister song to it. That's the same person, right? Mama, I Lied. Yes. I loved that she tied it in because it was just perfect.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
And that is okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I was about to say,
she's great, though. You should give her a listen. Do you like country music?
Michaela Maroney? Oh, no,
Megan Maroney?
Megan Maroney. I'm thinking of the gymnast from the Olympics. Oh, oh my goodness.
You're like, holy crossover.
Yeah. Okay, I have no idea who you're talking about.
So she's on tour with Kenny Chesney right now.
Oh, okay.
She's opening for him, and she's kind of blown up in the past like year and a half maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, look her up.
Do you like country music?
Huh?
Do you like country music?
Yeah, I used to love it a ton.
Yeah.
I was always into Brad Paisley.
Okay.
Like kind of old country.
Yeah.
Not like
That's
pop
nice.
country, but old country.
Yeah.
She's a good mix, I feel like.
Like I am... I'm trying to think. Like once Florida Georgia Line came in, like they kind of like sparked a newer genre.
Yeah.
And I never really listened to that, but Jason Aldean, is it Eric Church?
Eric Church,
I
Luke
love
Bryan.
Eric
Like all of those guys.
Yeah.
All of those guys I used to listen to. My dad sometimes turns on the the old country.
Oh.
Like
Willie
90s
Nelson.
country,
Oh, I
yeah.
love
Or like
that.
even
That's
like
like
way
Willie
back
Nelson,
country.
yeah.
Wow.
Willie Nelson
Love
and
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
So my family was always into country, but we were always like the 2000s, early
Yeah.
2010s country.
Gotcha.
That's good country too.
Yeah, it is.
But-
It is.
Well, you should listen to Megan Maroney. She's
Yeah.
very good storyteller.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you like lyrics,
Very good storytelling.
Yeah,
She has good lyrics.
My parents were always disappointed. Well, obviously she's now like the biggest global superstar that is alive right now. But they were always disappointed that Taylor Swift went from country to pop.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
Because-
But her music is all really good. Annabelle,
I feel like you can't even like discredit
she should go
anything
back
she
to
does
country
right
for
now.
just one album and then come
Parents.
back.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like parents
Although
naturally
my mom
have
is
that.
still now a Swiftie.
Good.
We stand with Swifties. Annabelle inspired this trending movie. She went and saw Twisters last night.
And you can go see it too,
my
Sean,
gosh,
because you
yes.
have your unlimited
Yes,
thing.
you have your
Actually,
unlimited movie.
I love Glenn Powell. I am so fascinated by him.
Really?
He is
I
such a
love
good
him
actor.
too. He
And
is.
I saw Hitman, which was Glenn Powell,
Yeah.
earlier in the summer. Such a good movie. And with that
really?
being the case, I was like, okay, I have to watch Twister. So I was going to go last night because they had an early last night, and then, but unfortunately, like something happened. So over the weekend, 1,000% watching it.
Okay, great.
You got to let us know.
Yeah.
We got to hear too.
That's our trending movie of the week.
The Braves.
Yes, so the Braves are back at home starting tomorrow against
Yep.
the Cardinals, and then they host the Reds next week. Hopefully, we'll all make it to a game soon since
Yeah.
the summer is winding down.
Yeah, I just have been getting my phone's been buzzing.
Yeah, me and Jackie are shadowing
I'm shadowing tomorrow.
on
I'm excited
Tuesday.
for that.
It's a fun
With-
experience.
Have you done it?
I've done it before. I went to see. I got to shadow Kevin
Yeah.
McAlpin, by the way.
Kevin
Shout out
McAlpin.
to Atlanta Braves today. Shout out.
Period.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug to as a programming intern to our later programming during the nights. I actually love the experience because you get to go into the clubhouse and you get to see these players. So like you're like, oh my gosh, this. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
almost
so
ran
excited.
into Ozzy Albies quite literally. Like he was like exiting the clubhouse and I was walking in and I was like, whoa.
Sorry, I didn't mean to touch you. Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
There was that. There was Marcel Ozuna. There was
Oh my
Pastor
gosh.
Mano, and being able to see all these guys,
Oh, that's
like
cool. I'm so
up
excited.
close and being in the scrum, it's like whoa.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
I can't wait.
I think it's going to be a great experience. And there's a massive parade on Monday for the All-Star game coming to Atlanta next summer.
Hooray.
So,
Yay.
yay Braves.
Go Braves.
Go Braves. Chop on.
Lock in.
And-
Play some good baseball, please.
Yeah.
We've been good, but we could do better.
We had a stat today that I think we have the third easiest schedule, or the Braves have the third easiest schedule in the second half of the season. And
Amen.
the
Yeah.
Phillies have the seventh hardest.
Okay, good. This is good. This is good news.
'Cause we hate
Yeah.
the Phillies so much.
Yeah.
That I get from being a programmer.
Well,
Yeah.
we're cheering you on, Braves, and we're sad that the summer is slowly coming to an end, but tune in to our final episode next week on Internalized. Bye.